Hello again, folks. Welcome to a continuation of today's earlier review on the Aqua. Today we have the Origin mod from H-Cigar. Quickly, first thing I must mention, in honor of the Blackhawks defeating the Blues in round 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Wearing my shirt, last year Stanley Cup champions. In case you didn't know, I'm a huge Blackhawks fan. What can you say? What can you say? Except for Dynasty. Anyways, back to the review. H-Cigar Origin mod. Now, at first, I was really disappointed with this because it seemed rather janky, but I've gotten kind of used to it and kind of figured out what I was doing wrong. But here's a first look at it. The Origin mod. Yeah, so right now it's in 18650 mode. It does have the extra ring for you to put it in 18500, 18350, and this might be compatible with a kick. I don't know, I don't have a kick, but maybe someday I'll be able to afford one. But anyways, let's go up close, take this apart, and I'm going to kind of show you how I fixed the problems that I was having. So let's go up close. Alright folks, here we are up close with the Origin mod, taken all apart. There are 11 or so pieces here. We're going to start with the top. So we got 2 pieces for the top cap. We got the 510 connector and then this little decorative ring. So basically you can screw your Ego style devices on here, or you can just do the standard 510 and put this decorative ring on there. There's airflow to the 510 if you have any 510 airflow devices that you would want to screw onto here. Here we're going to have the longer of the 2 tubes, depending on which battery you use. We'll get to that. And then the bottom tube here. So there's that. Now let's take a look. Now let's take a look at what really gave me a lot of trouble at first. But hopefully this will help you guys if you have one of these to kind of figure out what you're doing wrong, because maybe I was the only person doing this, but I don't think I was. So basically you have the bottom cap here. Here is your connector, your little push button here, your firing button, and then we're gonna have a spring, a locking nut, your actual firing pin, and this little piece here that's going to prevent your battery from firing all the time. So now what I was having trouble with was, we'll go in here right like this. First we're going to put the spring on here. I was having trouble with the lock ring because this wouldn't make contact, the firing button wouldn't make contact with the battery unless it was far enough out to where it's going to wiggle around like this. So once you get it into that little hole, it's not going to wiggle around. See, I'm trying to wiggle it, it's not going to wiggle, and I would like for it to stay there, but I couldn't make contact unless it was out to here. But I found out what I was doing wrong. See, this locking nut here, I thought that this locking nut was here to lock the firing pin in place, but that's not the case. It's here to adjust your throw, so the throw on the firing button. So when it's tightened down all the way, you got a nice throw there, and it's not going to wiggle. Your lock ring here is this little tiny part here. You're going to unscrew that, and then it's not going to move. So that's your lock ring. I'm going to keep it locked for right this second. Now here's your firing pin. That's going to screw in right in the middle here, and then you can adjust it to however wherever your battery is. But one thing that's neat about this is that you don't have to take this off to adjust your firing pin. This little area here, if you have fingernails, you can reach down in there and twist it, but I do not, so I have my pliers. Now you turn this little piece and that's going to adjust your firing pin. So you can do that from the outside with without taking off this cap. So that's a really nice feature here. And now that I got this lock ring set, or this locking nut here set, I'm not gonna have a wiggly, firing button. So when I was setting it down before, it would just wiggle all over the place and it would, like it was gonna fall down, but now it's fine. So I'm gonna take this little piece here, this plastic piece, and kind of screw it on, and this is what you adjust to adjust your battery rattle. So that's a really nice feature as well. I'm going to do it about halfway because that's usually where it's going to be at, and then that way when you fire it, well, I got it locked. That way when you fire it, it is going to come out and touch that battery. So now that I got it figured out, it's working like a charm. Now let's put the rest of this back together. I'm going to have it in 18650 mode. Either way, you're going to put this bottom cap on first, the one with the Origin logo on it. And for 18650 mode, I will take the longer tube. Screw it on there. Then what I'll do is take this top cap, screw the Aqua or whatever device you're using it on, and then this 510 pin is going to adjust for you, so you don't have to worry about that. Now what you're going to do is screw this piece on here. Now it's nice and flush with the Aqua. Then you're going to check for battery rattle, and it's not rattling. Check and see if it's firing. We are going to put a battery in it because I forgot to put a battery in it like an idiot. Sorry about that, folks. Now we do have some battery rattle. We didn't have battery rattle before because we didn't have a battery. Everybody makes mistakes, right? Alright, now we're going to unscrew I unscrewed this little plastic piece a little bit. We got a little bit of rattle there. One thing about this little plastic piece is, well, I know it's not plastic, but whatever the hell it is, if you unscrew it too much, it's going to automatically screw itself back in as you make contact with that battery. So that's a nice plus. Alright, so we got it nice and steady. Now we do have like a little tiny throw here on this firing button. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that firing pin off just a little bit. So now we got it nice where we want it. See, so the Origin can be a pain to get it all set up, but I want you focus. Now it is kind of a pain to get it all set up, but once you get it set up, it works very nicely. So let's go back up to the top view and finish this up. Alright folks, so if you didn't see my review from earlier today on the Aqua, then check it out. I'll put a link in the description, but here it is, the Aqua on the Origin. Where did I get this mod? I got it from dmvapor. I had a picture of this Aqua on Instagram, and Locke at dmvapor messaged me and said, hey, you should check out the Origin. It's got a nice hybrid setup that you can check out. So I was like, yeah, that sounds awesome, and it looks sweet. So I went ahead and ordered it, and I do not have a hybrid pin for my Aqua, but I'm working on it. I might have to make my own, but it's not a big deal. We'll figure it out, and I'll update you guys. But big props to Locke at dmvapor, because he's been fantastic helping me out, and great customer service, and highly recommend those guys. So I'll link dmvapor probably up here and in the comment section, or in the description below. So let me take a vape on this real quick. Man, I still got that rum and punch juice in there, and it is fantastic. Alright, so what do I like, what do I don't like, what do I not like? I always say that. I like how it looks. One thing that I have noticed is that it is really light, and if I take this copper Nemesis, I mean it is almost like twice the weight of this, and personally I like a heavier mod. It makes it feel, sturdier. It feels like a higher quality product, but that's not saying that this isn't, because this thing works like a charm. You see it. I'm very pleased with the Aqua, and I'm very pleased with the Origin. I am going to be ordering some magnets for this firing pin mechanism, because as you can hear, a little bit of crunchiness to this button, and when you turn the lock ring, it turns the firing button, and that kind of rotates that spring around the pin, so it makes kind of a crunchy sound. But anyways, when you do lock it, as long as this part is not wobbly like I showed you in the close-up, it is going to sit down nicely, and it's not going to fire, and it's not going to wobble around. So that's kind of a relief to me, because I was having that problem before. But now that it's now that I got it all figured out and set up, I'm really pleased with it. Overall, I give this a thumbs up for sure, if not just for how it looks on the Aqua, or with the Aqua on it. But like I said, big shout out to Locke over at dmvapors. They got a lot of cool things on their website. Be sure to check them out, and like, subscribe, comment, ask questions, anything you got down below, and I will see you guys in the next review.